This is a screen capture of a person I listen to sometimes, or his, he interviews people, and he's actually interviewed Durnford as well. And I give this person credit, but here he's got somebody on called Maria with an E. Heller. And this is in the alternative news things. I have so many issues now with the YouTube. I've reduced my producing videos and content because it is so subversive. This medium is being used in so many ways that even people that feel to have integrity really don't get it. I mean, this is so obvious to me now. People of insight, and I'm just going to play this, and I'll come on a video a little bit and listen to what she has to say. I'll let it run for a minute or two. I think I can do that on YouTube. So listen to her.
I see things clearly. And for me, I look at my show as a safe haven for the awake and for my soul group. And I don't really care about the millions of people that are willing to listen to all the bloviating liars out there, because they're not part of my soul group. And I know that might be a little way out for your listeners, for me to jump right into the spiritual. Yeah. But I'm here, and I've known it since I was a child. I'm here to find my people, wake them up, educate them, and get them ready for when we leave this planet, and to remember to never come back here.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here. I'll let it run a little more before I comment. This is brutal. As far as I'm concerned, a comment like this is undermining the very nature of our being with all the other species, the millions of other species on this planet, to reduce herself to a clan. Yes, of course, the soulmates and all this gibberish. Of course, I talk about the clan and all of this, but that doesn't exclude. It's inclusive. The clan isn't somebody that takes off and never comes back again. What an indictment on her spirit. Oh, I don't want to get too spiritual about this. I'm going to appeal to the people that understand what I'm talking about. And this is how we're undermined. People, this is how we're undermined. And it's not like Richie Allen can cover every subject and every topic, but this is so important to me, to identify these charlatans like this Heller type, who has the right message, like 90% or even 99% of what she says makes a lot of sense. And then it just breaks down in an instant. You can break down a relationship in an instant. You've said all the right things, never mind doing all the right things. You've said all the right things 100 or 1,000 times over, and then you do this one single thing that totally eradicates all the good you've done. I'll just let it play a little more. I'll let it play.
So it sounds like, because you've got like 2 minutes left, it sounds like almost that you believe the solutions to this are when we leave this physical body.
The solutions to this is spiritual. There's no political, religious solution to this world. It's a spiritual trip. And I can remind people that we're spiritual beings having a physical experience. I believe David explained it the best when he said, we're in the final moments or the final credits of a DVD.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go over to a video. Just so I don't go into a major dissertation on the spiritual world and what it means to be a spiritual being, the David Icke stuff, and now on this Maria Heller thing about, oh, we're spiritual beings having a physical, no, we're just spiritual beings having a physical reality. And that coming from people who haven't got a clue what might be, what that means to have a spiritual reality in another dimension. And I have to tell you, I am very much part of this feeling of being a spiritual person, in the sense that we are bags of blood, but what is contained, we are contained. We are not having a spirit inside us. The body, everything is the spirit. The reality that we are facing, that we are experiencing, is the spirit, not like a separation that, oh, I'm going to get away and never come back. And here's the flaw, before I get too far into this, because I have very succinct thoughts on this whole spiritual aspect, the religious side that has now been, it's going to diminish. Yes, there is a resurgence in religious dogmatism. Yes, it's there on every level, but it's being undermined and taken over by the artists that are producing images of the experience that the spirit has. How the fuck would they know anyway? It's so upsetting to me because we're being undermined here. And here's the point, what I'm saying. When you hear somebody like this say, oh, it's all about the spirit, and I'm not coming back here again. Well, that may be. That may be. But she, like all the other swamis and gurus, have never come back. They have never come back. No matter what anybody says, there is no proof in our experience and existence. There is no proof of the reality there or experience that they're espousing in their high-mindedness. And to say I'm never going to come back here is kicking off on millions and millions of species because we're such fuck-ups and assholes. So she says, I'm going to attract my soulmates, my soul group. Like I've said, yes, I'm part of a clan, people that vibrate on a level of my thought process. But that doesn't eliminate the rest of the species on this planet. And especially to have such a myopic view, to call themselves spiritual beings, they're anything but, because they're relating this experience to something that involves their indulgence. And their indulgence precludes them from understanding that this is the spiritual experience, not to come back, but to do it right. Now, like I say, they say 99% of the right things and then just kick you over the cliff with a comment like that. This is why Fukushima will not be fixed, because people who are talking on this level are going to kiss off on everything. This is my problem. This is the fundamental issue that I have with people that are spouting off, especially on YouTube. It's so disgusting now. I can't stand it. Without realizing how we're in this trench, this fight. We're not, like when I say we're in the fight for our lives, we're in the fight not for my life and other human beings, but for the entire existence that we are understanding. And that's all we understand. We don't have any clue what may come after this life experience, what that might mean. We have no clue, but they jump to their conclusions and say, oh, we got to get out of here. And then you have the SpaceX types, you know, those charlatans pretending that they're flying their rockets to Mars and all that crap. We're never going to go to Mars now, let me put it this way, not with the attitude, if it is possible, if there is a Mars and all that kind of stuff is still conjecture. And I know I'm going to piss people off or say, what a nutbag not to think that, yes, it's all true what the scientists have told us. Yeah, you're going to believe everything the scientists have told us because they've given us an industry, an energy. They've invented something that is so fundamentally destructive to all life on this planet that you're selective, you're very selective. People who still say, you're a nutbag, saying, you know, did they land on the moon? Or, yeah, did one gunman shoot Kennedy, right? It's like the single lone gun and that bullet that went all over the place, right? Of course, you're going to selectively choose what to believe because it's dogma. And you're disconnected from the fundamental experience that we have. You can see I'm upset. I listened to this and I thought, yeah, they're saying nice things. It's good. They're pummeling Trump, the usual suspects, and then come out with something like this that totally destroys the credibility for me because they're invoking the almighty ghost in their closet and trying to hook all their attachments to this non-entity, this ethereal entity. And whatever the truth behind reptilians, they're goddamn reptiles for sure. Not in the way their nature, their DNA is, but in their goddamn behavior. Of course they're reptiles. And to say, oh, a reptile has got like a DNA structure. Of course not. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor when you think of it. And we may have come through a DNA history of some kind of, you know, fish in the womb and then all those. Yeah, geez. Okay. For me, it's simple. The spiritual reality that we are experiencing is right here, right now, not in some other dimension. And to attach ourselves to another dimension in order to alleviate ourselves from the fuck-ups we are, like this Maria Heller type, who does all the right things most of the time and then does this one thing and just shoves everything off the edge, this is our problem. This is our problem. That's all I'm saying. This is why I have, people that act their conscience in the sense that they don't deviate from that which they truly feel and are aware of in conjunction with the rest of life, not just your clan. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'm pissed off because I'm listening to this 36 minutes and then I'm saying, okay, I'm getting a little background and stuff. I should have just quit it before, but this is the problem. This is the problem, people, that we get inundated with people that appear to be saying the things that I guess I'd like to hear. You expose the bastards, the usual suspects. Yeah, I go through that whole motion. And then you're let down, you're kicked in the guts with a stupid statement like, don't come back here. Wow, don't come back. David Icke, yeah, go, you join the rest of the reptiles and don't come back in your spiritual world. We've got a fight on our hands right here, right now.